Gentlemen, it's time to jump into the Land of Dawn for game number 1 of Alter Ego versus ONIC. The battle for the top.
The battle for this top, the decider match of all the standings and even who gets that crown of the half season. But we're gonna see as Kyrie has an interesting emblem there, Gani.
Very interesting emblem, not the Demon Slayer. He opted for a killing spree, so he wants to play aggressive. With this rotation though, the Fanny, Sally Boy, will not opt for an invade towards the orange buff of ONIC Esports, and he wants to play it safe. He is going to the bot side though.
CW already dashing in. CW able to flicker out of the dashes there from Sully Boy early on. Alter Ego having a little bit of an edge in the early stage with the Fanny. But remember, if Keyboy can use that bouncing ball properly, both Nino and Sully Boy are going to have a tough time.
A lot of pressure onto Keyboy. I mean, yesterday we saw Alter Ego as well as Evos go head-to-head, and the Kufra didn't have a good time with the Fanny. So it was a quote-unquote counter, but it didn't work as much. But look at this, Kyrie.
Oh, he's able to steal it away, getting all the blades. Oh my goodness. Samsung Ling, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like ONIC Esports, they have the information that Sally Boy has no retribution, and that is why Kyrie went for the invade. A very good information shared there, a very good execution as well.
Okay, we'll see. Already rotations coming in from ONIC Esports towards that bottom lane because they want to be able to utilize this gold buff more efficiently. CW already munching on that gold tower, but look at ONIC Esports collapse on that mid lane.
It collapsed, but it seems like the turtle will spawn here, so no engages whatsoever for they are going to fight in the turtle pit.
Yeah, more neutral objective control right now for ONIC Esports. Kyrie doesn't have the purple buff, and this is going to be scary. Pi getting back again to 2 HP bars with the help of Leo Murphy. They're able to zone Kyrie away, and ONIC Esports as well. Top side though, look at Boots. He doesn't care about what Pi is doing. He goes in for the turret gold. And now they have a very slight gold lead. Mostly, probably in that XP.
Both teams have decided to restart this turtle though, going back into their respective buffs because they need the upper hand as much as they can. Sally Boy opting for that gold buff as well as damage onto Boots here.
Oh, gotta be careful. Boots taking a whole lot of damage there. Gonna go and recall. And again, both teams not really wanting to force the tempo just yet. They don't want to commit onto the turtle, but Pi is already starting it up, trying to bait Kyrie to come here.
Both teams here, they are playing this rather carefully here in the early minutes. But it seems like Alter Ego, they have initiation. How will ONIC Esports respond? Let's see.
Keyboy is already opening up the map. Boots has come back to the lane. Sans is positioned as well. But both teams, they do not want to commit. Leo Murphy goes in for a stun, just dishing a little bit of poke damage, forcing that Tyrant's Revenge. And again, it's just a battle of setup.
Battle of setup, battle of momentum. That's the beauty of the Lolita as well as the Kufra. Whoever is able to set up better will be able to get the dub, but look at this.
Oh, Retry battle is actually going to be won by Sans there. Sally Boy jumps into the back line, still able to dash out. Boots goes in for one more hit, able to secure first blood, but instantly there is a response. The jungler taken down for a roamer. Meanwhile, solo kill down below. Nino taken down by CW. ONIC Esports with a 2-for-1, also securing the neutral objective.
A lot of penetrations here, emblem-wise, and ONIC Esports, why did they win that fight? It was actually Sally Boy who went a little too overzealous there. He went for the cables aggressively and caught in a no man's land. ONIC Esports, they are just picking up the pieces, taking one, and that solo kill bot side was uncalled for. Something went wrong, and Nino needs to pay back.
And Sans was the one who got the turtle, so both of them missed their retribution. So very interesting. ONIC Esports, though, still sitting with a 2,000 gold lead for the moment. In terms of map pressure, it's still kind of half and half. It does seem like Boots is controlling that lane in that top side, but other than that, it feels like a stalemate so far.
It does feel like a stalemate. ONIC Esports, though, established a 2,000 gold lead, it seems like. And Alter Ego Esports, they have a lot of time to bounce back, but they are relying on the bot side, of course. This Nino, this 1-1 should have farm here, especially assisted by Leo Murphy, who is on this lowly side, the top side.
Top side, a dive here. That's going to be Boots taken very long, taken down by Pi in the bottom side as well. Keyboy, able to dodge away from the Numenon Blast, but Nino only needs one more. He is going to be able to pop it, getting a kill and equalizing into kills, but Kyrie, it's personal. He's targeting down Boy, who's now 0-2-1.
Can I say that this is one of the most exciting assassin versus assassin moments
finally,
that we have?
Finally, no tanks in the jungle. It's finally fun again, but wait a minute, in the mid lane as well. Udil wants some time as well, but Kyrie, nah! You want a 1v1? Kyrie makes it a 2v1, taking a kill here, as Boy doesn't have the purple buff, cannot respond for now.
Now it's definitely shifting into the favor of ONIC Esports right now. They have a lot of kill pressure. They have a lot of things equipped in their arsenal to be able to make those playmaking things. Meanwhile, Alter Ego Esports, they're relying heavily onto that real-world manipulation that gets cancelled over and over. But wait a minute.
Oh, it's going to be Boots jumping in there. Still, Boy able to secure the purple buff. Kyrie needs to go back right now. Just going on to the Lethal Wanderer, waiting for his own purple to spawn.
Okay. And back to that point, they also have the ability to use the Numenon Blast from the side of Leo Murphy, but the problem is it's not as dynamic as someone like Keyboy, who has a lot of things that he can put and protrude onto the members of Alter Ego Esports. And if, let's say, ONIC Esports wants to play safe and wants to drag it to the late game, they do have that extra potential with Lunox in that mid lane.
Speaking of Lunox, he has built that Clock of Destiny, but I do want to add you that, yeah, Alter Ego Esports, with that 1-1 Corrosion Scout build, VHS is surely next. And take a look at that. Leo Murphy trying to open up the map here, but seems like ONIC Esports, with their goal lead, they can translate into the war. Alter Ego, you need to be careful. Fanny, though, he is opted to a perhaps the Malefic Roar early after that Heptaseas. We'll have to wait and see, but Alter Ego Esports, they can turn this around.
Kyrie already zoning Nino away, actually going for the dive, dashing out of it, and he will be able to get the kill. Oh my goodness, that was nasty. Nino, no counterplay there, as he was, the stun was dodged away from. That was perfect execution.
What can they do, though? What can they do? Kyrie is already a menace on the Assassin. He can go in for those dives under turret. He gives no care in the world. What can Alter Ego Esports do? What kind of CC do they have that can lock down the Ling?
Oh, Kyrie wants more here. He's able to take down the mid lane turret, forcing Udil to use the real world manipulation. Leo Murphy popped in the Numenon Blast as well. ONIC Esports doing everything in this game with no response for now from Alter Ego.
From that fight there previously, actually Alter Ego Esports, they wasted a lot of spells. Meanwhile, take a look on ONIC Esports. 3 Flicker still active, and perhaps with this Lord, last hurdle coming up, ONIC Esports, they might force a fight with the resources that they have. Meanwhile, Alter Ego Esports, they are stuck within their current situation here. Sure, they can turn it around towards the mid-game. Oh, a slight Mr. Cannon there. The turtle resetted. But I'm quite sure Alter Ego Esports, they aren't able to spot that. But bot side, they have the space.
They have the time as well to make those mistakes. Honestly, Alter Ego Esports nowhere to be found in that area. They are trying to find some compensation in the bottom side. Unlikely to get that though, seeing as how Boots is able to keep that lane for himself. So it's a little bit difficult now. ONIC Esports with a 4,200 gold lead. It all depends on the playmaking that perhaps Leo Murphy can make.
I think it was a good decision for Alter Ego to, not just stop contesting. Give it over to ONIC Esports. They have a 4,500 gold deficit. At that point, you really need to look for those trades. So getting that bot side turret is going to be worth it. Not in terms of gold, but in terms of map pressure. They relieve some off of themselves, for themselves. But here, already Pi going on to CW with a Thunderclap as well, getting bursted down here by CW, but he's going all the way. Keyboy jumping to the back line. CW almost gets soloed by Pi, but it's Pi who will fall. ONIC Esports now, oh my god, Kyrie jumping in onto 4 members, baiting Boy jumping in as well. ONIC Esports still winning out in this trade 1-0.
It seems like ONIC Esports, they are baiting Alter Ego Esports to come out of their shells, and Alter Ego Esports at this point could not do that. They're behind in gold and space. Sure, they will love for some pickups, but the one winning condition that I haven't seen implemented is the split push. Use Masha, use Selly Boy. Perhaps if you want to go crazy, use Ino to create split push, and relieve some pressure in one of your losing 3 lanes.
That's possible, but so far with the way that Boots is roaming around the map, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. They can't capitalize on the way that CW is rotating though, because now they're relying on CW to get that pressure on those lanes and perhaps find him in when he's alone, punish him for that. Definitely something that they can explore, but for the moment, what previously was a 4,000 gold lead has now expanded to 6,000. Map pressure is definitely in the hands of ONIC Esports as they are now preparing to get this first Lord.
I mean, at this point, ONIC Esports, they have all the time they need. Leo Murphy trying to open up the map, but are they really going for it? Of course not. I thought so. They will not gamble for a contest as they are now 7,000 gold behind. Alter Ego Esports, they can defend this one, but they need to be careful.
CW getting the snipe onto Selly Boy. Purple buff stolen away. Kyrie going crazy, picking up a kill onto Leo Murphy. It's a disaster for Alter Ego. Kyrie has scaled out of control. 3 levels on top of Selly Boy.
That's not good. That's not good. And on top of that, Udil just was able to get that Ice Queen wand. So very slow tempo here in terms of items, Goni.
He's so aggressive that Kyrie opted for a BOG on a Ling. True damage is already built from that endless battle, and as well as critical Berserker Fury. And it's just nasty. BOD collected in 11 minutes of game time. Meanwhile, Sher 1-1, who is Alter Ego Esports, are heavily relying to turn the game around. Already gotten his items here with the HS, but is it too late?
Is it too late? That's definitely the question. And the way that Kyrie's playing with the killing spree as well, he's going to be able to endure the damage that he takes when he goes in aggressive under the turret. But right now, look at this. All 3 lanes are going to be splitting. We do see some sort of compensation from Selly Boy in that top side, but ONIC Esports, they just need one moment.
Oh, Pi jumping in onto CW, who has to flicker out. CW very low, still gonna fall. Pi with the help of ONIC Esports backing him up. It's still CW getting soloed by Pi, and that's why the Masha is just so dangerous. CW needs to secure a win of nature quick. If not, it's gonna keep on happening.
Indeed. And why is Pi so confident? Because he has already Guardian Helmets in hand. That is why he wants to penetrate. He can. He is able to. But take a look at the purple buff invade.
Let's see. Keyboy turns bench. Dodged away from Leo Murphy. Goes in for stun. But Sans deals so much damage. Kyrie also able to use that retribution to secure the purple buff. Denying another for Selly Boy.
This is so difficult. What can Alter Ego do right now?
Seems like Alter Ego, again, implementing the split push. They can somehow try to split push and perhaps hope that ONIC Esports makes a mistake, sending the wrong person to that lane, and that is still a juicy target for the side of Selly Boy. But then again, ONIC Esports, they are now freezing the lanes. So it's close to impossible to somehow split push the map. But that is what Selly Boy is doing. I mean, he is 0-2-1, not a fun game for Selly Boy, but it's just not, it's so hard at this point. At this point, it's so hard.
Meanwhile, we see CW here on the Beatrix, 6-time picked up, 83% win rate. And he doesn't have the most amount of damage given as well. And it's evident in the way that he's playing it. He's using it to split push. He's focusing on the objectives. And this is what we talked about before coming into this matchup. ONIC Esports, they're so good at the objective control that Alter Ego Esports don't really have a choice right now.
Retribution by Kyrie on point. Pi tried to open up the map. Keyboy now looking for the engage again, finding the challenge revenge and the rage. Bring Pi back all the way for CW's range. But look at Sans with the brilliant Selly Boy now jumping in, but no purple buff. That's what happens with the bouncing ball. Hits you up. One more weakness point, unable to be popped up by Nino. ONIC Esports staying fresh with the new Axe effect.
New Axe effect, dual action. The better you smell, the better you play. And they are playing better than Alter Ego right now. 11,000 gold lead, no casualties. Very clean Lord security as well, as it is going to be marching in that bottom side. They are going to try to collapse that bottom side as well. And we'll see what happens to Alter Ego as the Lord is going to be pushing inside.
Alter Ego Esports here, they can defend this one, but they need to be careful. Don't make a mistake. All they need to do is just turtle in the base and just clear. If they suddenly get overzealous
Oh
trying to
my-
find a kill, it's not gonna work. ONIC Esports, they have all the equipments in the world to close this game out.
That was one basic attack. That was one render shot. Kyrie getting the turret up top, grabbing it, just like you guys can grab food again with the discount 50,000 IDR. But Boots is already trying to zone Pi away. CW taking a whole lot of Pi's HP bar there as they have, wow, what a clean siege. They took 3 base turrets like it was nothing.
It's difficult, and Alter Ego Esports, they have good high ground as well coming in from Udil, but unfortunately, they weren't able to utilize it as maximally as we expected. We see that Nino was forced to get the Athena shield as well, respecting the damage that Sans can do, because 005 with the emblem that he's opted for as well, I'm sure he's into those power spike items already, Gani.
See, it seems like so. And ONIC Esports, if you do realize their game plan from the get-go was invade Fanny's purple buff, it seems like it is part of their game plan, and the coaches,
What's
their
Sally Boy
vision
doing?
was
Sorry.
just they're so executing the coach's vision. And item-wise here, it seems like Beatrix almost sold his shoes here, all already full items with Has Claws, Blade of Hestasis, Malefic Roar, Hunter Strike, and as well as BOD. And meanwhile, Fanny, he opted for a anti-Cuirass build, realizing the damage potential from side of ONIC Esports.
Sorry, while you were talking, Sally Boy was just in the base. I thought he was lagging or something. It was quite a long time, but he's back up again, already trying to clear the wave so far. He has gotten that Immortal as well. But coming into 17 minutes of the game, if they do want to capitalize on the mistakes that ONIC Esports can do, they're playing it really safely though.
You want to know why he was staying in base?
Oh, what was he doing?
No purple buff, so he can't just be going around, moving around the map. He's just waiting in the base for a moment to happen or for something to be opened up so that he can dash to it. But it doesn't feel like Alter Ego have an opportunity to open up anything on the map. ONIC Esports find the third turtle. No, third top. That's how fast it feels. 17 minutes, but it feels like a very fast game. That's an enhanced Lord, not a turtle. The third Lord of the game. Coming in, as you can see, the damage dealt by Axe, CW on top. And Udil is actually following very close behind, 43,000. It's pretty impressive.
It is impressive because we saw he was able to secure that Ice Queen 1 really late as well. He does seem to be able to catch up and level despite being 14,000 gold behind. But here we go, the final siege of ONIC Esports.
Pi able to bait out the Lord outside of the base, but not for long. Kyrie jumping in with the damage onto Nino, getting stunned up here. Forces the Tempest Blaze, goes in for the turret, and CW flickers in, securing game 1. 1-0 again. Beatrix, 2 shots, the base. My goodness.
Clean game for ONIC Esports there. It didn't seem like Alter Ego had a chance at all. The kill pressure, the way that they were able to have the pressure on the map, the dominance on the map as well was just a